This fear of people that we have, social anxiety, you can call it social anxiety. Where does it come? What is this fear actually? So now we're talking about taqwa, right? Taqwa of Allah. If it's not taqwa of Allah, what is it taqwa of? Taqwa means to protect yourself from something. What is someone protecting themselves from when they don't use straightforward speech? Because straightforward speech is an act of bravery where the only one you fear is Allah, right? But if you fear Allah, but you're also fearing some other people or things, what are those some other people or things? It could be fear of rejection. I need to say what is true. I need to say what is within Allah's deen. I'm not violating the taqwa of Allah. I'm saying the right thing. But if I say it, I'll be rejected. I'll be criticized. There will be a disapproval of me. There will be allegations made against me. There will be a questioning of my intentions being corrupt. I'll no longer belong. The people I love, they love me in this version of me. But if I speak my truth within the taqwa of Allah, then I might not be acceptable to them anymore. I'll just be an outcast. So now I fear losing the people around me, and so it's better for me to not speak straightforward, live in my head and not actually come out and say something. The fear of feeling shame, guilt, inadequacy. If I speak and they say nobody else thinks like this, why do you think like this? Something's wrong with you. The fear of being perceived. By the way, as I'm saying this, can you just in your mind, you should be thinking about what the Prophet and his family went through in this surah, right? The emotional, the psychological attacks on the Prophet when Allah is opening up the door for him for the marriage to Zainab and for their marriages and the kinds of comments, right? And then Allah said, I did all of this لِكَيْ لَا يَكُونَ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ حَرَجٌ, so there may not be any shame on believers. I did all of this to free believers from this. Now, so the fear of feeling shame, guilt, inadequacy, the fear of being perceived as not submissive, because some people, in some cultures, Muslim cultures especially, but other cultures too, you're a good person if you're submissive. You're a good person if you obey. So if I speak something that contradicts and even if it's right, I'll be labeled as someone unsubmissive, ungrateful, deviant, therefore unworthy of protection. Because submissive people usually become very timid and they feel like they need the protection of the people around them. So they'll never question them because they might lose that protection, right? So there's a kind of almost a hijack type situation. I might be labeled as selfish. By the way, that's part of the surah, because something is halal. When something is halal, it's a benefit for you. When you come out and say this is halal, there's nothing wrong with it, and people will say, how selfish are you? Because this is an act of selfishness. Like the hypocrites were trying to accuse the Prophet ﷺ, everybody else gets 4 wives. Why does he get more? That's so selfish. You see that? And Allah said, there's no shame on the Prophet. مَا كَانَ عَلَى النَّبِيِّ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. There's no shame on the Prophet. فِيمَا فَرَضَ اللَّهُ لَهُ. Whatever Allah mandates for him, whatever Allah allows for him.